has a knack of turning practically everything it touches to gold. An exhibition in Hamburg examines how design has contributed to that tremendous success.
Finger painting on an Apple iPad may be the very latest form of art. Works by 10 practitioners can be seen at the exhibition at the Museum für Kunst und Gewerbe in Hamburg, a museum for fine, applied and decorative arts. But the show, entitled Stylectrical, is mainly about the design of Apple's products.
You can't talk about contemporary electronics and design without talking about Apple. It's an international brand everyone's heard of, and its influence on other firms and other designers is unparalleled.
The focus has to be on Apple's chief designer, Jonathan Ive. When the Briton joined the company in 1997, its logo was multicolored and its computers were grey. His first step was to make the products colorful, curvy and cute.
The bright, translucent cases transformed computer design. It was a revolution.
These playful iMacs made Apple hip and inspired many imitators. Jonathan Ive soon drained away the color and went for white. And then he rediscovered aluminium, a material favored by German designer Dieter Rams back in the 1960s.
Jonathan Ive's design language owes a lot to the German design pioneers of the 1950s and 60s, especially Dieter Rams. There is a clear connection to European design.
Rams was chief designer at Braun. At least since the iPod, Apple's debt to the aesthetic of the German company is clear. Rams created many iconic objects for Braun that melded functionality with elegance. One beautiful button that does it all, or at least an awful lot. In the iPhone and iPad too, user-friendliness is a key value. Commands should be intuitive, like with a touchscreen.
The ability to touch the screen, I think, has changed our lives dramatically. When we go to an ATM machine or we go to the store, we expect to touch something, and when we touch something, we expect something to happen. So I think the iPad has made that extremely explicit.
An iPad can be empowering. Children become digital artists with the help of a $5 app. This is a novel kind of interaction between human and machine. But not everything at Apple is wonderful. Its chairman and co-founder Steve Jobs is ill and resigned in August as CEO. Apple has been criticized for tracking software on its iPhone that stores details of its users' movements, for its environmental footprint, and for poor working conditions at Chinese factories manufacturing its products. In spite of Apple's market value, there are a few blemishes on its mainly impeccable image.
Apple is a company that would have been perfect in the 1980s. It's relatively autonomous. It embodies the idea of genius and design. Everything it does is new. In a way, Apple is the last bastion of the industrial era. It has always put great value on quality and on the materials it uses. In a world that is becoming less and less material and more virtual and information-based. Of course, I can't condone the way the workers in China are treated. But I must say I have been dazzled and enchanted by the products. They have made me very happy and brought me a lot of luck.
Stylectrical is not an advertising event for Apple. The curator doesn't even have an iPhone. Also on show are works by digital artist and former Apple designer Michael Tompert. He trashes the beloved iconic objects, reminding us that we will soon discard them and replace them with sleeker, faster, shinier ones.